Hi, Jackie Van Riller here. In today's video, I'm going to share a video on how to release or reverse numbness in the hands and the arms. This is super common. People get like a restriction of flow through their arms, and then their arms and hands get really numb or tingly very easily. Some people get diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome or other things like that. Thoracic outlet syndrome is basically where there's an infringement upon the brachial nerve here in the chest, and then that radiates down the arm. But we're going to be doing points for the shoulders, for the arms, for this front part of the chest, and that will help to release any pain or numbness that's going on. I will post this face map to my Instagram page, and also you can purchase a copy just for $1 on Buy Me a Coffee as well, if you prefer to have one to print out. We're going to start with working the arm, shoulder, and hand points on the forehead. So we have them coming down right at the hairline. So from the corner of the forehead down here to the hairline, and then also right above the brow. So starting here, we're going to be working shoulder areas right at the corners, and you can just work a pretty large area here. You're going to take your magic wand or your facial reflexology detector and just find areas that feel lumpy, bumpy, or that feel tender or even painful. And then just working right down the side of the hairline here. And if you feel any spots that feel particularly stuck, you aren't able to move very easily, or that you're feeling something in your body as you're working it, go ahead and just work those for like 10 or so seconds. You can work in the temples. This is going to be associated with the hands. And then you can come over the brow, working right in this area associated with the shoulders. Come on top of the eyebrows here. This is going to be the upper part of the arms, biceps and triceps, elbows, coming into the forearms here. Anywhere that you're feeling any stuckness or stagnation, just follow that area and just work it a little bit more. You can do back and forth motions. Go nice and slow though so you can feel it. If you're going rapidly, you're not going to be feeling it, so do little circles or just slower movements. Then you're going to move to the other side. So working in that corner of the forehead, that's going to be associated with the shoulders. Coming down that hairline on the side. So at the top part of the hairline, we're going to be getting the biceps and the triceps, elbow, forearm, moving into the temple, which is going to be associated with the hands. Again, moving nice and slow so you can feel where there are restrictions to movement. Those are going to be the areas that you want to focus on. And then coming at the shoulder area right here in front of the brow, working that well. Coming up here to the biceps and triceps. Elbows, forearms. Okay, now we're going to work probably my favorite, absolute favorite point is going to be underneath the eyes here. This is going to be a spot for this front part of the chest. So if you have restrictions through here, if your pectoralis muscles are very tight, that can infringe on your brachial nerve and is very common for causing numbness and tingling in the arms. This point is a great point for improving circulation throughout your body, so not just your arms, it can be everywhere in your body. So work this really thoroughly, and notice if you have any restrictions to movement, calluses, any puffiness in this area. That can all be signs that there are some issues going on. This area is an area for the pericardium as well, so it helps the heart to pump more, better and more efficiently. So this is a great point too if you have issues with like Raynaud's disease or things like that where you don't get good circulation. Any sort of circulation restrictions, this is going to be a good point. Also, if you experience sleep apnea or snoring, this is one of my favorite points for that. Then we're going to move to the side of the nose right here, going up and down right in front of this nasal bone. This is going to open up your nasal passageways, but this is also a point for the lung meridian, which does travel down the arm. So when we're working this point, it opens up that lung meridian. Then you're going to come all the way under the cheeks and up to the top of the ear, so point 16. This is a point for the shoulders. And working this whole area from point 16 to 61 to 16, sorry, this is 61. This is going to open up oxygenation throughout your body, because here you're bringing oxygenation all the way down to the bottom of the lungs. So you're bringing airflow all the way to the bottom of the lungs and then up to the shoulders. Okay, doing that on the other side. Again, 61. This is going to be working that lung meridian going all the way down the arm. Also open up your nasal passageways, allowing for better oxygenation throughout your whole body. Then you're bringing that oxygen all the way to the bottom of the lungs, so that as you breathe, you're able to push the oxygen through your body, through your bloodstream. The more oxygen you have, the more energy you're going to have. And then oxygenation will help with your arms as well, coming to the top of the ear, which is another shoulder point. And then I'm going to do 2 points right on the corners of the chin here, so the corners of the upper chin. This helps to release restrictions within the neck or any narrowing within the body. So particularly this is going to be helpful for the wrists, also ankles, any place that's more narrow in the body. And then with everyone, we're going to finish up by circling the ears, coming down the front side of the ear, up the back side, down the front side, coming up the back side. And you want to do this at least 5 times. I prefer to do it like 10, but I'm just going to show you 5 because we're on the video. And I want to be mindful of your time. And then on the other side, again, moving down the front side, coming up the back side, making sure that you're following that tool all the way where the ear connects to the face on the front and the back side. This is open up the major lymphatic drainage passageway from your face down your neck. And then also the back side of the ear is really good for improving balance, just balancing out your autonomic nervous system, your parasympathetic and your sympathetic nervous systems. And if you like, you can finish off by even doing a nice little pull on the ear. That helps to improve energy and energy flow and give you a little boost. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you love facial reflexology and you want to learn more about facial reflexology, my next class will be November 4th and 5th. You can find more information on my website, www.mindbodybeautyinstitute.com. I will see you in the next video.